sports drive and all the great and wonderful stories coming from the big, beautiful world of sports. Well, it's time for us to change focus from the world of sports to politics, and with specific reference to women in politics. Welcome to the Women Political Platform for today, and we focus on increasing women's political participation. Agenda setting for 2019 election. That's what we'll be focused on. As it is the 24th edition of the Women Political Platform, the weekly robust platform that aims to facilitate conversations around women political participation ahead of 2019 general election. Now, today's episode will focus on increasing women's political participation, agenda setting for 2019 election, and it is reaching you from 95.1 Nigeria Info. The show is aired on our brand every Tuesday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. And the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, with support from the Ford Foundation, initiated the Women Political Platform as a platform to engage Nigeria on national discourse and topical issues and serve as advocacy mechanism for inclusion of women in politics and implementation of the 35% affirmative action. Now, as the discussion progresses, remember, like we always let you know, that you can participate via the phone lines on 08095974869 and 0803-1230293. If you want to join the conversation, because it's an ongoing one on the Center for Democracy and Development Twitter handle, it is at CDD West Africa. Okay, I repeat that, at CDD West Africa, and the hashtag is Change Women Want. Hashtag Change Women Want. Today in the studio, we introduce to you Chief Monique Ogun. She is a politician, a businesswoman, and advocate for women and girl child. She supports the running of the Secretariat of Women for Women, that's He for She, a movement committed to mobilizing women in Nigeria. And the low rate of female participation in politics compared to that of their male counterparts in Nigeria is no doubt a cause for concern. Now, political participation refers to citizens' right to influence public affairs. In Nigeria, women play a minimal role in politics, and just few women are found in a political leadership position, although the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria in Chapter 4, Section 30 and 40 guarantees right to all citizens of Nigeria, both male and female. Rights are basic and fundamental to all without discrimination between both sexes. Now, to interrogate this further is Chief Ogun of Women for Women movement. Thank you for joining us, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
It's a pleasure.
All right, let's kickstart the discussion by asking you to tell us about the Women for Women. That's W4W, He for She movement. What's that all about?
Thank you. Women for Women and He for She is basically a project committed to mobilize Nigeria women into a pressure group and to get them to speak about issues and issues that affect women and issues that affect the girl child. The men, the He for She, are men champions who believe that they should support the women. They're gender sensitive. They speak up for us and they make cases for us and feel and believe in the strength of the woman and the strength of the girl child.
Okay, so that's what the Women for Women movement.
And the He for She. Yes. And
so it's Women for Women, He for She. Is it joint?
Exactly. It's joint. It's joint because we believe that the men are our champions.
Okay.
Because if the men want this cause to be delivered, it delivers. Basically.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So what does the movement hope to achieve?
We hope to achieve basically to pressure the government, so to say, to recognize the strength of women, to recognize that the women have come to be, to recognize that the women are a mainstay. Our voices are becoming very invisible. Fine, other governments, a few governments have done one or two things, but it's like you're doing 10 steps ahead and then doing 20 steps back. So there's a huge setback. Women have a lot of potentials. The girl child has a lot of potential. So why don't we harvest the potentials? We know when a woman is given a chance, she does it even better. Well, not better, but she is more reliable, She perseveres more. So why do you put her in the background? Why are we invisible? Why are our voices getting lost? The voices are all getting lost. So we want the government to reorganize itself, to understand that the place of a woman is very, very vital. The voice of a woman is very, very vital. We want to be heard. Our voices have been diminished virtually. How many women do we have in government today? Count.
Indeed.
But we want to do it from the bottom up approach. We'll start from the bottom. We'll start from the ward levels. We'll start from the local government levels, state assemblies, and then before we come to the national. Because the generality of the public live in the states,
Yes.
The national is just bits and representation and all that. So if the government can take a bottom up approach of ensuring that we have more women councillors, we have more women members of the house, and more women local government chairmen, there's better accountability.
Yeah.
Even before we come to the federal.
Yeah.
So,
and it's an opportunity, I think, for women to make impact from the grassroots.
Yes,
which is very key.
It's very, very honestly very, very key, because the grassroots is where it's what holds the top.
Sure.
It's the pyramid. The bottom of the pyramid holds the top of the pyramid. So if you don't have a bottom of the pyramid, then you don't have a pyramid.
Interesting. Okay, so in the past we've had a woman in Nigeria, that is the WIN. Why and how is a woman for women and he for she different?
WIN was purely a feminist organization. Purely feminist. They were on parity, equal rights. Great, good. But women for women, he for she, it's not just about it's not about the women. It's about the men. It's about the women. And we are more embracing, we are embracing women living with disabilities. We are embracing all, it's a pan-Nigerian assembly. We have women from all political parties. I mean, we have no color. We are colorless. There's no PDP, there's no APC, there's no lawyer. I mean, everyone is just basically be a woman. And then we'll take you up. And it's purely on voluntary basis. Just believe you key in. So
I'm sure you also believe that the men's support is very key.
Of course, absolutely, absolutely. We have serious and very heavy men champion. There are so many men that believe in women. Let me give you, for instance, in northern part of Nigeria right now, there are so many families that spend so much money educating their girl children. So many. There's so many northern girls, for instance, today that are in very key positions. In the past, it wasn't like that because the belief has changed. We're asking for a greater paradigm shift. The women should be taken more seriously. Our voices should be heard. They should more attention should be paid to the women. So basically, what we are putting together, we're putting every state, every group to bring up a charter of demands. What do they want the government to do? What do they want the government to look inner into? If the lawyers, if they feel aggrieved that they're not being given the NBA position, for instance, they should bring us the charter of demand. We'll all take to an assembly. If the nurses feel they're not being given a fair chance, if the politicians feel they're not being given positions, because if the party, in fact, we actually have a charter for all the parties, for all the political parties. Because if the party, for instance, do not give you a platform, do not give a flag to fly, you cannot stand an election. And you hear people saying women don't come out, women actually come out. Even if you have the funds, if the party doesn't give the flag to fly, you cannot fly.
Sure.
That's the truth. I'm a politician. We have a lot of politicians here across all the parties. And it's the same problem. The same question is being asked. Why aren't we given the opportunity to represent the parties before you go into a general election? Let me give you, for instance, PDP in my state. I come from Cross River State. If PDP gives you the flag, you're as good as done. Seriously, the party backs you, but then the movement from buying just the form, filling your form, and moving up to general elections, that gap. So if the party doesn't put you on, whose party are you going to fly? Are you going to go independent? No. So we have a charter for the parties also. We have a full charter for all the political parties, regardless of who it is that's running.
Yeah.
The parties have to give us a platform to fly. That is it. Look at the National Assembly. How many women are there? Look at the State House of Representatives. How many women are there? Go to the state houses all around Nigeria. How many women governors do we have? Shouldn't we be actually even asking at some point that a woman should be a governor or a president of this country? We had the last PDP convention. in 2014, we had just one female candidate. You know, she was ignored, absolutely. She had only one vote, which was her vote. So if PDP had given her a platform to fly, then would have been recording miles. Right now, we have no miles. We have no miles. In a scale of 1 to 10, maybe we have only one in our mileage chart.
Okay. So let's come back to what we have on ground. You mentioned it rightly when we first started this discussion that women are poorly represented, especially in elected position at different levels. How do you think this can be increased?
Yes, by sensitizing the women. We intend to sensitize the women, and also go to the systems, to the parties, to reduce the level of impunity, because the impunity is what reigns and what rules. The whole thing, it's like a mafia, So women should be more encouraged. Women should be given support. Like CDD, for instance, give us a lot of support. It shouldn't be like the struggle should be less emphasized. They should look at capacities, because women have a lot of capacities. Women are failed. If you can trust your wife, for instance, to run your home, to decide the school the children go to, to decide even what you come up with every day or what you eat, why can't you entrust her to give her a voice? We want to be heard. That's all. We want to be heard. It's not even about parity now or 35% affirmation. We want to count, because we count. Our voices count. The women count. We matter. Women matter. That's it.
All right. So what strategies will your movement adopt to increase women's political participation in the lead up to 2019 elections? Because I know sometimes we talk about these things, but are there specific strategies you have?
Yes, for now we're mobilizing, sensitizing them. We're going to get everyone into Abuja on the 9th of May to an assembly in Eagle Square. We are sensitizing the wives of the governors also, because they're our partners. The governors are our partners. The president is our partner. His wife is our partner. We're partnering with every sector. Bring your chart of demands. We'll send to the parties. When the parties look at your chart of demands, we'll take it up from there. So there's a mass mobilization right now. We're moving women from everywhere. We don't care what you do. We are moving. Women should get up, because we matter. We matter. We have a voice. We vote. On election days, on rainy election days, sunny election days, you see women with their children lined up. Even when their husbands get up to come, she would have petted her husband to come. So we matter. So then why shouldn't we matter when it comes to act in the actual delivery, beneficial part of it? Because it's only a woman that understands the pains of another woman. So give us a voice, because we matter. We matter.
Okay. Much as, we matter, and that is very, very true. But we have so many cultural barriers that are up against women in all sense of society, especially in this climate. Some people believe women are not meant for anything good other than to just stay at home, bear children, take care of the home. Hey, that should be that's your God-given role. Play that and forget about things that have to do with politics. How do we overcome this? Because it's a serious mindset that is hindering
the paradigm is shifting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the paradigm is shifting.
Okay.
I mentioned earlier that women are given better positions. Families now spend a whole lot of money training children. They send them to very good schools. They come up with top grades and all that. If you go to law school, most of the people that have the top grades are girls. So parents are actually stepping down on the cultural barriers and all that. Women are well educated nowadays.
Well, sometimes the parents would support. Of course, it's your daughter, but you get married and there's this man that wants to just choke you and tell you, "Hey, don't do more than I can."
Yes, their fears usually is on the social aspect. Exactly. They think that if you come out, another man is going to see how attractive you look and all that. But even then, we are sensitizing the men on that. Everything doesn't start and end with just a man admiring a woman, for crying out loud. Mm-hmm. Men have begun to see capacities in women. We have Amina Mohammed. She's in the UN. She is a woman. She has capacity. If she had not come on, her capacity would never have been recognized. We have women that are ambassadors. But we are saying that give us more slots. Because we matter. Because we do the voting. It's the young men that steal the vote. Have you ever heard of a woman stealing a ballot box? No. hardly hear that. So why aren't we being recognized for who we are and what we have always stood for? We are not violent. We are not criminally minded. We are always there. Even when a woman is a minister, she still comes back home to cook for her husband and her children and gives him his dues and respect. In fact, even when a woman has a higher income, she pretends that all the money comes from her husband. A woman buys a car for her husband and tells that, oh, come and help me, thank God, my husband has bought a car for me. That's true. That's the truth. A woman picks up the children's bills and she pretends to the society that, oh, help me thank my husband, he's trying, and all that. Mm-hmm. So why don't we matter? Why are they not allowing us to matter? Because we actually matter. So we need more participation. Women should be brought. Oh, let me give you an instance on political parties, for instance. Mm-hmm. You have a political party, they have one space for woman leader.
Most times it happens like that.
It happens. So why can the women not occupy publicity secretary or chairman of the party, deputy chairman of the party? What is that? Is that all we're fit for? Just to be a leader to the women? When we are in actual fact leaders of the nation. Winnie Mandela just died. She was a woman activist. She fought for women. She fought for the girl child. She's the mother of South Africa. That's the authentic mother of South Africa. They're not even mentioning other first ladies and all that their husbands had been president. Because she fought. Because she fought for the girl child. She fought for the woman. She fought to keep her husband's struggle alive. And that's why she's being recognized today, because she's a woman. She spent 491 days in solitary confinement without seeing or talk to a single human being. That's the resilience of a woman.
Interesting. So 2019 is less than a year ahead. What's your hope? What do you hope to see concerning all of this that we're discussing?
We hope to see a lot more women participating in politics, whatever your party is. We're not interested. We're pan-Nigerian women movement. We want to see women come out in ABGA, AC, PPD, whatever. Let the women voice be counted. Let us matter. We want to see more women in National Assembly, because it's he that wears the shoes and knows where it pinches best. Sure. That's it. Let us see more women running the local government, more women as councillors. Let me just take us back a bit. In my state, my former governor and his wife made history in Nigeria. It's not been talked about. We had 105 women in government in Cross River State. We have 18 local governments, and every local government where there's a male chairman, there must be a female vice. Where there's a female, the man is vice. In every ward, we had councillors. If a local government had 10 wards, 5 of the wards must be female councillors. In the assembly, we had a near equal tie. And so we'd like to see such things repeated everywhere around Nigeria. So women matter. Our voice counts.
So, we need to see a spread of this. Of course, I mean, the whole country.
We are all over 36 states of Nigeria, including the FCT.
Oh, nice.
Yes, including the FCT and diaspora. We have women. We have a group for women living with disabilities. We have and everything is duplicated down in the states.
Okay.
It's a full movement.
Interesting.
It's a full movement. It's a full movement.
So for women listening and anyone who's so interested in what you're saying, believe in this cause, how do they join your organization? Is there any modalities to go about doing that?
No. It's purely voluntary. But first of all, we're regrouping on Telegram app, because the Telegram app can take thousands and thousands of people as against the WhatsApp. WhatsApp takes just 256, so you can't do much with WhatsApp. But we have a massive Telegram platform that has over 2,000 women. We have the state Telegram platforms. Some states running up to 300, 350, 500. But our target is every state gets 500, because the states matter. Because they are the ones bringing the charter on what should be done. What's applicable to state A is not necessarily what's applicable to state B. So every state, bring your charter of demands to Abuja. We'll call it the charter of demands together and present to the government, present to the political parties.
Okay, interesting. Fantastic. We are on the Women Political Platform, and our focus today is increasing women's political participation, agenda setting for 2019 election. Our guest is the amiable Chief Monique Ogun, and she's been talking very passionately about her Women for Women, He for She movement, and a whole lot that they are doing, and why it's very important that we allow the women to matter in the scheme of things. Yeah, and women too should also take the bull by the horn, because sometimes life will fight you, and if you don't take it, then you might as well just sit down in one place. But it's time to hear your own thoughts on this discussion, because we normally like to get a feedback, especially from the women. What are your thoughts? Do you have any contributions? Do you have any questions to ask before we end the show? This is a time for you to come on board. Like I called the numbers earlier. Let me quickly call it again. Then begin to take your thoughts. 0946000951 and 08095974869. We encourage the women to please call in, and also the he for she's. Where are you? We need to hear your voices in this conversation too. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Cosmos Eta.
Cosmos, you're welcome.
Yeah, actually called to encourage my mom. She's really a good woman, and I appreciate her. And a big hug for her, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
He's encouraging.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That's your son, right? All right. Thank you for calling in, and indeed, she's doing a great job. 0946000951, and you can also send a message to the WhatsApp portal right now if you have any thoughts on the discussion. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Michael Anderson. Honorable Michael Anderson.
Please can you switch off your radio so we can hear what you're saying?
Okay.
Thank
My
you.
name is Honorable Michael Anderson.
All right, please go on.
Yeah, I would like to say this is a very nice initiative by Chief Monique Ogun. And I wish some other ladies, men, okay, being as they how we can support and see how we can make the best for what she has started. It's not an easy feat, but looking at it without any bias as a man, it's a very good initiative, because our ladies, they get our support too. Some of them are very good. So I must comment that it's a very nice endeavor and initiative. And I wish her all the best.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you too for calling. We have someone else. Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're
How
welcome.
are you?
Fine, thank you, sir. You're welcome.
Yeah, I just wanted to contribute. I heard that you want ladies to call in or
No,
women.
go on. I said he for she too can also call in. So go on with your
Okay,
thoughts.
I think the focus is women inclusion, right?
Yes.
I think I see a very, very big problem in terms of what really women want and how women will try to balance it off with what their primary responsibility is, which is bringing up home. That's my take. Why? Because if you look at this, women, I think the problem started where women think they are equal or they are the same with men. I think that's the major problem. But when a woman stands and says she's equal or she's the same, we are not the same. We have different body systems. We have different capability physically. I know women can be, some of them are very brilliant, okay? And I'm not saying women shouldn't be in the workplace. But when a movement suddenly springs up and think they can take the mantle of power, or they can be president, you see, nobody can give you president. Why? Okay, if women say they are the same, why can't you fight for it? Why do you fight for inclusion 10%? Why should you beg for it? It should come out. I think it belongs to you, so nobody is stopping you.
All right. Thank you.
And from empirical evidences, I see women have been tested. Our former minister, it was a woman. Yes, and we know what happened, how much what got missing under her. So we can also trust women. It's a husband. So why do you come out and start shouting?
Okay, so
That's my contribution.
okay, thank you very much.
Please, I'd like to respond to the caller.
Okay.
First of all, thank you, Honorable Anderson. The initiative is not my initiative. It's an initiative of a group of women that believe in the voice of the woman. That's why I'm here. Secondly, I'd like to take on this brother that just called in. I hope it's still on. Where is the primary responsibility of a woman written? I want to just quote the Nigerian Constitution for you. The Nigerian Constitution, chapter 11, section 17, 1 to 3 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria of 2011, as amended on the ideals of freedom, equality, and justice, puts every human being on parity. We are the same. So I want to ask him where the primary responsibility of a woman is written. The Constitution hasn't written anything about the primary responsibility of a woman. Or is that his own text for what a woman should be? Or where a woman should be? So can you maybe educate us a bit, what our primary responsibility is? Is it bearing children, which we do, cooking, which we do, education, which we have? So what's he talking about? I've said here that if the political party that's managed by men, if they don't put you and give you a platform, no matter how rich you are, you can't get there.
Well, and they always make reference. They say women have embezzled, and I'm asking, haven't more men even embezzled?
Precisely. Or they sell this dummy to everyone that women are women's worst enemies. What's that?
And
that's just manipulative.
There's also the religious perspective that a lot of people try to bring in, saying the Bible says this, the Quran says this, and all of that. So I think that's it. Most times when women begin to talk about the need to take their place and do what is right, they say, you're trying to compete with the men. Is it so much of a competition?
I don't know. Shouldn't it be a partnership?
Exactly. Let's see some messages here. Max in Asokoro, I think he's towing the same line of thought with the last caller. He says, as a man from personal experience, even in the church, I will never give a breathing space for a woman to win any election. Why? He said, when a woman comes inside the church, she would like to turn the standing fan to focus on her direction while ignoring other sitters in the church. Then this one saying the reason. Good morning. I understand and agree that women should be recognized. It should not be a sympathy thing. Let it be based on merit. Let them run and win and not playing the victim card. What will happen if they run and sensitize other women to vote their own? He said the reason I'm saying this is that many women end up getting abused and selling their pride because some men feel they're doing her a favor to support her. Let them run for election and galvanize support from fellow women to vote them, say Sam in a way. Well, we are running short out of time, but in a few seconds, can you just give us your final words?
Yeah, it's a bit pathetic that at this point in our lives, at this point in Nigeria, that men still feel the way this last two callers, it's saddening, But the movement is on. Our voices will be heard. The women will be seen. Our chart of demands will be met by and by. If not today, tomorrow or someday.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief Monique Okon. You've been a great inspiration to us today, and we appreciate your presence. Well, that's how it's been on the Women Political Platform this morning. Focus on increasing women's political participation and an agenda setting for 2019 election. Like she said, the train goes on. It's a moving train, and I don't think anyone can stop it. The women have come to stay, and so it is. Well, thank you for being with me on Morning Crossfire. I bring it to an end now. I'll come back tomorrow at 5 a.m. Make it a date with me. God bless you. My name is Swan.